Hello and welcome to Code Tutorials. In this video, we'll show you how to import Stockholm demo sites built using the Elementor page builder. So, Stockholm comes with many pre-designed demos that you can import onto your own site and use as a starting point. This will make your building process much quicker and a lot easier. You can browse the available demos by scrolling. Fair warning, there's over 100. Or you can use shortcuts like the search and categories here on the left to filter the demos you need. I'm going to use the demo called Arna. There it is. So in today's tutorial, I'll take you through importing this demo. The steps we'll be taking apply to all of Stockholm's Elementor demos. Let's start by navigating to the dashboard and opening the link for the live site. This is the site that I'll be working on. As you can see, I do not have any content yet. I only installed and activated the Stockholm theme. Before we proceed with the import, there are 3 things you should do. You should install and activate the Stockholm Core plugin, you should register your copy of Stockholm, and you should also check your server resources to make sure they meet the minimum requirements. If uncertain how to do any of that, I'll leave you some helpful links in the description below. These things are important for you to do because otherwise the demo import might not be successful. So, assuming you have everything set and ready to go, let's get started. There are 2 basic ways that you can import the demo site. You can import it through the one-click import method, or you can import it via the XML import method. In the first section of this video, we'll take a look at the one-click demo import method. So let's navigate to Stockholm Dashboard Import. In here you will see an overview of all the demos. The demos we saw on the theme's landing page are here as well. Now you can look for your chosen demo by scrolling or use these filters at the top to filter the demos by category. Or you can combine approaches, which is what I'm going to do. Filter by your business niche and then look for your demo. Here's mine, Arna. And I can just click on it to open this dialog window. Now in this window you will see a list of plugins that are required for your chosen demo. For Arna, we can see that it requires the Elementor, Revolution Slider and Contact Form 7 plugins. So to start the plugin installation process, we don't have to navigate elsewhere, we simply need to use the installation link that's right here. And it's very important that you activate all the plugins that are listed here. Because, for example, if your demo site requires WooCommerce and you do not activate it, then your products will not import. So let's go ahead and activate all the required plugins. When you click on the install link, wait for the plugin to install. You'll notice that the link text changes before you move on to the next one. Do the same for however many plugins you have. When they're all installed, you can activate them using the same links. When a plugin is properly activated, you'll get this green text saying so. And again, make sure to go through them one by one. Now that all the required plugins are activated, we can proceed with our demo import. So, under the Import Type option, I'm going to select All in the drop-down. And I'm going to make sure that Import Attachments is set to Yes. Then I'll just click on Import and OK. Depending on your server speeds, the demo import process might take anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes, so please be patient until it's done. You'll know that's the case when the progress bar has reached 100%, and we can see this import is completed message. Since my demo content is here, I can go to my homepage and hit refresh. And now my site is displaying everything I imported. All the elements are here, the images too, but some of the text styles are a bit off. Let me compare them to the original theme demo. Yes, the elements and layouts are okay, but the text styles do differ a bit. This is nothing terrible, you can fix it easily. Sometimes after demo import, when you refresh your site, the new content appears, but the styles don't take effect. In that case, you simply have to tell your theme to save them and then they will be displayed. That's done by going to the dashboard, let me close this, and opening Select Options. Then just click on Save Changes. And that's it. We can now check our site once again. I can immediately see that the logo has adjusted, and as I scroll down, Okay, the styles are now matching the ones that we saw on the live theme demo. Now, the other thing that can happen with the demo import is the spacing between elements. It's not the case for me now, but if you notice that the spacing on your layout is a bit off, you can fix that on the page where you notice the issue. Go to Pages, All Pages. Then open the affected page. I'm using my home page just as an example. Click on Edit with Elementor. Then open the Elementor settings by clicking on the hamburger icon here. Then inside Settings, go to the Layout option. In here you'll see this widget space option. Elementor has a default setting of 20 pixels, which you should erase, and update to save the change. We're doing this because this default setting in Elementor can mess with the theme layout, and you end up getting some extra space between your elements that's not part of the design. Alright, now that we covered that, we can go back to the dashboard and click here. If you're not used to it, the WordPress dashboard might take some getting used to, but it's all very straightforward. If you had spacing issues, go to your page and check it after erasing the Elementor setting for widget space. Refresh and take a look to make sure everything is okay. My page wasn't experiencing issues, but we can see that making the change didn't affect it in any way. Generally, it's not a bad idea to erase this Elementor setting for all your pages, especially if you plan on adding new elements to them. You'll want to avoid those elements inheriting the Elementor default settings instead of the theme default settings. Speaking of adjusting the demo content to your needs, you don't have to use the demo homepage as your homepage. If you prefer one of the other demo pages, you can easily make that one your homepage. And to do that, you need to navigate to Settings, then Reading. The option we need here is your homepage displays. Make sure you have a static page selected, and in this drop-down you can select which page will serve as your homepage. Don't forget to save changes when you're done. There's one more thing you should do. Let's navigate to Settings, Permalinks. Here, under Common Settings, we recommend choosing Post Name and saving changes. The reason we recommend using Post Name is because of our custom post types. If you import a demo and your pages are giving you errors 404, you should simply navigate to Permalinks, choose Post Name and click on Save. And that should fix the 404 errors. So hopefully your demo has been imported by now and you can start customizing your site. However, if you ran into any issues or your demo hasn't fully imported, in the following section of this video, we're going to talk about importing the demo using the XML import method. Before we can try importing demos through XML, we should delete any menus that were previously imported. So let's navigate to Appearance, Menus. I don't have any menus here right now, but if I did, I would delete them by scrolling down to the bottom and clicking on the Delete Menu link at the end. There'll be a pop-up asking you to confirm your choice. Just say OK and proceed to delete any other previously imported menus you have in here. But if you have a menu you made yourself, that one can stay. It's only the demo content we don't want to double up. The reason we should do this is that we'll be importing all demo data using the XML import. And any previous import attempts very likely left behind some menus. So to avoid having duplicate menu items, we do a bit of groundwork now and delete any previously imported menus. This saves us the time we would have spent on deleting duplicates later on. Okay, since my menus are cleared, I can proceed to Stockholm dashboard and the import option. Now let's find the demo for import. There it is. Now when I click on it to open, for starters, we can see that I have a list of required plugins that have all been installed and are awaiting activation. I don't have to install them because I've already done that while going through the steps of the one-click demo import method. So now I can just activate them. Like before, I'm going to activate them one by one. So wait for the first one to finish before moving on to the next one. Let me just mention, I have the Revolution slider for my demo, which means I'm going to have sliders. But with XML import, sliders do not get imported. So you will need to import your sliders manually after finishing the import process. Now, I didn't want to take time away from our current topic, which is demo import, so I already took the time to import the sliders for Arna. And the reason I'm not showing you this now is that we have separate tutorials for slider import, and I'll leave you a link to that in the description section. And for the demo import via XML, we now need to navigate to Theme Forest. I'm going to go to my Downloads page. Then here, next to Stockholm, I'm going to click on Download and then All Files and Documentation. This is going to download the zip file to my computer. So this is the downloaded file. Inside it is a folder called XML Export. So let's click on it to open. Then open the Demos folder. And finally, I'm going to click on the index.html file. So in this file, we have a list of XML files for all of Stockholm's demos. You can look for your demo by scrolling, or the quicker and simpler way, by searching for it using Ctrl F to open the search. The demo I want to import is called Arna, and here it is. You can always click on the launch link to double check that it is the demo you want to import. Once you've made sure, you can click on the download link. This will download another zip file to your computer. Let me close this so it doesn't bother us. Now, when we open this second downloaded zip file, inside we see the XML file for our chosen demo. This is the file that we want to import into the WordPress admin dashboard. To do that, we first need to extract it. Just drag it out or use the extract button, whichever you prefer. When that's done, we can open the browser and go back to the WordPress dashboard. So let's navigate to Tools, Import. Then, here where it says WordPress, click on Run Importer. Choose File, and the file you should choose is the one we just extracted, the XML of your chosen demo. Select it and go to Upload File and Import. In this next window, you'll want to assign your posts to users. So I'm going to set Admin, and you'll want to check this box here next to Download and Import File Attachments. This is the equivalent of the Yes/No Import attachment option you get with the one-click demo import method. After that, click on Submit. And if everything went well, we're going to see a message that says All done, have fun. This means that the import process has been fully completed. If the import was not successful, then you might get an error 404 or a message saying that the file is too large to upload. So if you get an error message, then you should keep trying to upload the same XML file by repeating the process until you get the message All done, have fun. So if you're experiencing an error, just go to Tools, Import. Find WordPress and run the importer. Then choose your XML file, click the Upload File and Import button. Choose the authors, import attachments and submit. Then check if the message says All done, have fun. Stay persistent until you see that message. When you do get that message, you can proceed to import the widgets and options. That's done by going to Stockholm Dashboard, Import. Then let's find our demo and click on it. The plugins I activated before importing the XML file are still in the green, so that's good. What we're going to do here is import the widgets and options. We only need them because the rest of the demo content has already been imported with the XML file. So when you open the drop-down for import type, skip all and skip content. Instead, select widgets. Then go to import. OK. And 100%, that's done. Now I'll just close this and refresh the view. Then I'm going to find my demo again because I still have to import the options. So select options in the import type drop-down and click on import. And import is completed. Since that's done too, I can check my site's front end. Refresh and instead of my regular homepage, I'm seeing a collection of blog posts. But that's easily fixed. All we need to do is pick a different page to be our home. That's done by going to Settings, then Reading. The option we need here is your homepage displays. You need to enable the second option, a static page. Then in this drop-down, you need to select which page will serve as your homepage. And that's it. When you're done, save changes. After that, we can check our site. Refresh the page, and here we are. Now, in case you notice that your fonts and styles are a bit off compared to the original theme demo, you need to go to Select Options and click on Save Changes. This will force your site to display the style settings you just imported. Now refresh the page, and there it is, everything as it should be. However, if you've done all this and got a 404 error, then there's one more thing you should do. Navigate to Settings, Permalinks. Then here under Common Settings, we recommend choosing post name and saving changes. The reason we recommend using post name is because of our custom post types, and that should fix the 404 errors you've been getting. Alright, the next step of the XML import process is fixing the missing menu. Well, it's not so much missing as it doesn't yet have a display location. Menus are included with the demo content we imported, but with the XML import method, those menus don't get assigned to their proper locations. To fix this, we need to go to Appearance, then Menus. What we need to do here is select the menu we want for our home page. For me, that's this one that's already open. Then scroll down and under Display Location, tick Top Navigation so it shows in the header, and also Mobile Navigation so the same menu appears on mobile devices. Then press Save Menu. Now we can check the page. Refresh. And we can see that the menu is here now. But if we look closely, the menu items have gotten duplicated. This can happen if you try importing the demo multiple times. And it's a common side effect of XML import, but it can easily be fixed. And there's a handy plugin that's going to help us do it. The idea is very simple. Just delete the extra items. The plugin is there to make the process easier and quicker, but that'll be clearer when I stop telling and start showing. So let's navigate to Plugins, Add New. I'm going to install a plugin called Quick Remove Menu Item. So here's the plugin that I'm going to install. It's the one from HP Themes. When it's done installing, click on the Activate button. Okay, the Quick Remove Menu Item from HP Themes is in my list of installed active plugins. So once that's sorted, we can go back to the menus. So navigate to Appearance, Menus. If we look closely at the menu items, they now have these X marks next to them. Thanks to these, I don't have to open individual items to delete them, I just need to click on the single X like this. All you need to do is pick out the duplicates and save menu. Don't rush when you're doing this, you don't want to accidentally delete both instances of the same menu item. Also, my menu only has one level, so if you have a menu with multiple levels of items, make sure to remove all the duplicate second and third level menu items. Okay. Now let's refresh the page to see how things look. Okay, my menu is now looking good, and my page looks just like the original theme demo. However, if you notice that your page isn't complete, specifically that the slider is missing, that's normal. With XML import, sliders do not get imported, so you will have to import them manually after finishing all the other steps. If you need any help with that, we prepared 2 separate tutorials. One for layer slider, one for evolution slider. I'll leave you a link to the Stockholm playlist in the description below. You'll find both tutorials there. So, at the beginning of this video, we talked about checking to make sure that the server settings meet the minimum requirements before importing demo content. If you watched our video on how to register your theme and how to prepare for demo import, you'll know that there are certain requirements for the import to run smoothly. In some cases, your hosting provider might not be able to adjust the settings as per the recommendations, and in that case, demo import might not fully complete. So if you've tried importing the demo through the one-click demo import method and the XML import, and it was not successful, then there's one more thing you can try. You can try importing the demo without attachments. So let's see how that's done. I'm going to navigate to Stockholm Dashboard, Import. And I'm going to find my chosen demo and click on it. Once again, you will see a list of plugins that are required for your chosen demo. So make sure to install if you haven't already and activate them before proceeding. You'll want to take care of them one by one. And when you're finished, you can close this window. Since this approach is designed to save on server resources, you can now navigate to your plugin section to see if there's something you can deactivate to make the import lighter. Let me see. This will help us free up some server resources before running the import. Now, depending on which demo you chose, the view here might differ. However, there are some plugins you should leave active at all times. One of those is the Stockholm core. This plugin is necessary for your theme to work properly, so please don't deactivate it under any circumstances. Also, if your theme is using WooCommerce, we suggest you leave it activated because some things might not get imported without it. However, you can deactivate Slider Evolution. Just click on the deactivate link to do it. And here we are. Slider Evolution is installed but not active. Speaking of sliders, with this method, much like with the XML method, sliders don't get imported and you have to take care of them manually. It's quite simple and you'll find a link to video tutorials showing you how to do this in the description section. Okay, I can also safely deactivate the Contact Form 7 plugin. And okay, I'm leaving Elementor, so that's it for me. Also, while we're here, let me just mention, in case your demo requires layer slider instead of slider evolution, you can also deactivate it. You can easily import the sliders manually later on. And we have tutorials for that, so no worries. And any plugin you choose to deactivate now can be activated later when you've completed the import. This is something we're doing now, so the demo import can work when your server resources are limited. Now let's go back to Stockholm dashboard, import. I'm going to find my demo so I can open it. Alright, now for import type, I'm going to select all. And for import attachments, I'm going to switch this to no. Then click on the import button and confirm your choice. Give it a moment, and when the progress bar has reached 100%, the demo import will be complete. We can now exit this window and go back to the plugins section. Since the import is done, we can now reactivate the plugins that we deactivated before demo import. For me, that's Contact Form 7, activate, and Slider Evolution, activate. And that's it for the plugins I deactivated earlier. If you have more, make sure to reactivate all the plugins that your demo requires. After that, you can head over to Select Options. Just click on Save Changes here. This will save our newly imported options. When that's done, we can go to Appearance, Reading to make sure that the page we want is set as our home page. If you don't want to use Home, like I am, you can pick a different page in this drop-down. Then save any changes you make. After that, to avoid getting any 404 errors, let's go to Settings, Permalinks. And select post name for your URL structure and go to Save Changes. Now we can go to the front end to see how things look. Refresh the page. Alright, that's my chosen demo and the home page I wanted. But when we scroll, the page has imported all the content except for the images that are missing. A few are here, but most are missing. And this is normal because the import without attachments should leave out images to make the process easier on the server. So when you visit the front end of your site after import, you might notice that some images are missing, but some are still visible. Don't worry, these images have not actually been imported to your site, but are instead loaded from our servers. This means that they won't be visible in your media library and won't have any negative impact on your server resources. And if you look at any of those images in a new tab, you'll see that the URL shows that they are still on the Code Interactive domain and not on whichever domain you're using. You can replace these images, and you should, otherwise you need to pay for the right to use them as we do. You can replace them with your own by navigating to the back end of the page in question. To do that, go to your dashboard, then Pages and All Pages. Find the page where you want to replace the images and open it for editing. Click to edit with Elementor and wait while it loads. Then simply scroll down the page to places where the old demo images are and replace them with new ones. You can do that by clicking on them and then pressing the little bin icon to remove them. Then click on the same field to upload a new image. You can pick something you uploaded to your media library or upload a new file. It's just that, not complicated at all. And that's it! In this video we've seen how to import a Stockholm demo built with Elementor and how to handle import on slower servers. We hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions, comments or suggestions, please drop us a line in the comment section below. And if you would like to be notified about future videos, you can subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.